Hey guys, welcome back to Sweet Creek Thrift. I am here to share with you guys another thrift haul, and today I have a very short one. I did go to Goodwill on 3 different occasions, and so I'm going to share with you all 3 of those, but they were all kind of like micro trips, and so I didn't get a lot of items on each trip, but I wanted to put them all together and share them in one video. So it's going to be 3 small trips, and I'll break them down for you and share with you guys what I picked up. And I do this to resell on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop as a part-time job. I have my full-time job too, but I do this to make extra money and to pay bills. So this first item is an Athleta sweatshirt. This is it's like an oversized because this is a size small. Here's the tag actually. And so I did look up, this particular one is the Cozy Karma funnel neck, and it's in a spiced Cabernet color. So it's super pretty. It has like this soft feeling on the inside of it, and it does have a high-low kind of like hemline, and then also the sleeves have sort of like this wider width on the ends of them. So it's kind of like a chunky, casual pullover sweater, kind of like a sweatshirt sweater. So anyways, on this particular one, I paid $3, and I do expect to flip this one for $30 to $35, in that range. The next item is this Banana Republic cardigan, and it's an open front. It also has this beadwork. And when I looked these up, they actually don't sell for very much. I thought that was interesting. I picked it up because it is 100% extra fine merino wool. So I picked it up more for the wool aspect for this particular item. But I also know purple's a pretty good color at this time of year. And so I did go ahead and grab it. I only paid $3.50 for this one. But I think it'll only actually sell for 10 to 20 now that I did my comps. I should have comped it better in the store, but I just saw merino wool and I was like, oh, I'll pick that up. So anyways, those were my first 2 items. That was from a trip on October 24th. And out of those 2, of course, I paid $6.50. And so based on my estimated $40 to $55 profit range, sales range, then I would think that I could earn a profit of around $33 to $48, depending on how much it sells for. Okay, so moving on to the next trip, which actually is, I guess, working backwards because this one was from October 21st, and it's another 2 items that day. These were days I wasn't really planning to go in and buy a lot. I just got something in my eye. Okay, so, I don't know. This felt like I got a hair in my eye all of a sudden. Okay, so I wasn't planning to go in and buy like a bunch of stuff that day, on these particular trips. It was just like a quick, you just want to get your little fix of going into the Goodwill or going into a thrift store, but yet you don't really want to spend a lot of time. So I just kind of went in, wandered around for a few minutes, and picked a couple items out to resell. This time I found 2 pairs of corduroy pants. I went down the pants aisle, and I thought that they would do better. This one is actually not as, I would say, not as good as the next pair, but it is a nice dark navy blue micro ribbed corduroy. It is St. John's Bay though, so I know that's not like the best brand to pick up, but they're in really good condition. And then the legs are kind of like a straight, it's not tapered or anything, and they're not really wide leg, but they're not flare, and they're not, I just say a straight leg, but they're in excellent condition. So I picked them up because I know people like navy blue at this time of year as well. I paid $4.65, and I expected I would be able to sell it for only about $10 to $15 after doing comps. I had hoped to sell it for more like 20 to 30 range, but I'm just going to go ahead and say 10 to 15 because that is what the comps are showing me. The next one is another pair. I'll go ahead and pull it off. So this is a pair of Halara, which here's the tag if you need to see that if you're not familiar. It's a Halara pair, and it's a pull-on elastic waist, and it is black corduroy. And then these are also kind of like a nice wide leg, straight leg, but wire style. So that is more popular, and I think these will actually do slightly better than the St. John's Bay wool. And so I forgot to tell you the sizes of these. This pair is a size large. The St. John's Bay is a 14. So they are pretty good sizes, which also helps it sell. So anyways, I paid another like $4.64 or so for this pair. And I think this one will only go for about 18 to 25 in that range. When I was in this store, I had comped it, and I swear I saw higher comps. So I might post this a little higher and just see how it goes. Oh goodness. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, so the next item so that's the end of that particular trip. So I had a total of about $930 invested, and I think if I flip it, it'll be somewhere around 28 to 40 as the estimated sales price, which means that my profit range would be somewhere between 18 and 31. So hopefully I'll make a little profit there. And then moving on to my third trip, like I said, it was a bunch of micro trips. And then moving on to my third trip, I have a few more items on this trip. So this was the bulk of what I'm going to share with you today. And so it was also at Goodwill, and it was on November 5th, so a little bit later. And here we go. So the first item is this beautiful blouse. It is by the LC, the Lauren Conrad, which is not the best brand to flip. But if you can see this colorway, it's so beautiful. I like that it has like a black base and then the floral, but it also has butterflies on it. So I just thought that that might like help sell. It's also a semi-sheer, so I'm really hoping this helps it. And then the other thing is that it's kind of like a pleated bubble sleeve, which I thought was also a unique feature. So I went ahead and picked it up, and it's an extra large, you guys. So it's very pretty and flowy, and I thought for this season we're in, it would be kind of a really nice print. So I don't usually ever pick this brand up, but I did go off style. So I'm hoping based on style, I can get it more. But I did pay $3, and if I just go off brand, essentially, if you look up Lauren Conrad shirts in that size, kind of floral shirts, they really only sell for about 10 to 15. So I went with that on my price range that I put down. However, I am going to try to price it higher and use other keywords like fairy, dark fairy, maybe whimsy goth, stuff like that, to try to get it into like a more of an aesthetic point and see if I can get it sold a little bit higher. Maybe I can make like $25. I don't know if I can, but we'll see. So the next item is this Dress Barn women's shirt. And yeah, it's also not the best, would be the best flip, you guys, but I wasn't finding a lot. So I went ahead and picked up a few things. I only paid $3.50, so it's half price. And I don't think this one will go for more than 10 to 15, but it does have this like blue, kind of like a lacy outer layer, but it is lined on the inside. And then here's the logo, Dress Barn. And I just thought that was a really pretty like style. And it's a size 18 to 20. So I thought that, you know, for somebody that, you know, has to go into the office and work that, or, you know, a church shirt or whatever. So like, I thought this would be a pretty one. I think it's pretty too. So, and it's my size, I think. So I could probably wear this if I needed to, if I didn't sell it. But, that one I paid $3.50, and again, I don't think I'll get more than like 10 to 15 range for that, so we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, I was trying to kind of think of like, I do seem to sell some like career, like business casual and career style tops, kind of like these women's tops. So I started to kind of look through those sections a little bit more, just to see if I can find some more items in that area, because I haven't picked up a lot in that area for a while. The next one is Catherine's, and it's a 0X, which is a 14-16 sizing. And so I thought that was another kind of like something you'd wear to work, or just like a pretty casual. You can even wear this on like vacation, but it has like some like ruffle, kind of like a tapered end 3/4 sleeve. And then it has a lot of this like pleating right here. And then it also has this silver beadwork along the neckline. So I thought that would be a fun one for somebody. And it is kind of like a thin, wispy material and semi-sheer as well. So I did pick this one up at $3.50 for it. And I did write 10 to 15 as well, but this one might go slightly more to like the 20. Okay, then this one I was really happy with. So I definitely did better on this. I saw J. McLaughlin, so we all know this is a pretty good brand. And I thought this was a really nice sweater. It does have some cute little buttons down here on the ends of the sleeves. And so I did a Google lookup at the store for this, and I couldn't tell because I'm not as familiar yet. I know that she has a Catalina cloth. This is not it. I'm like 90% sure it's not Catalina cloth. This is just like a standard sweater material, and it does feel really soft. I honestly bet this has got cashmere in it. However, somebody took the tag out and cut it off, so I don't know what the material is. I actually know what the name is now, so I could probably do a little bit more research to get the exact material. But this particular item was I think it's their Lenny sweaters, but it's I don't even know how you say this, chinoiserie crew neck or toil. It's the chinoiserie toil crew neck. And somebody in one of the comps that I looked up had the price tag, and it was priced originally at $188. So definitely is a really nice find, I would say. It's also an extra large, so it's a good size, and it is really soft, you guys. So I did find no comps, I don't think, on eBay. I did move over to Poshmark, and I found a $30 or $35 comp plus another one at $60 for used. So I am going to go with the 30 to 60 range and hope to get inside of that. The next item is a Vila, kind of like a peasant top. So I picked this brand up because it always sells pretty quick for me. I don't think they sit around for very long. It's just a nice basic paisley multi-blue colored floral paisley color. I just really like it. And then of course they have the tassels. I swear every time I post these they sell really quick. So I don't know. And I mean, and honestly the comps are that much. I paid $4.80 and the comps are like 15 to 20. So it's not like but it's just such a quick flip. So I just pick it up anyways. So then the next item I thought was an interesting shirt I had never seen before. So I went ahead and picked it up. It is a vintage. It's Get Lucky. Let me know if you've ever found this. I did some research just not too long ago, and they do sell, it's like a vintage women's line, and they all have different types of like embroidery or appliques on them. This one actually has women's like style things like shoes and a purse, heels. The purse has got like little beads and sequins, and then there's another pair of little flats back here. So it is a kind of like a gingham check, black and white. It actually has the shoulder pads, so you can tell it's definitely from like late 80s, early 90s probably, would be my guess on this one. And then of course all the buttons are there. Oh no, it's missing one button at the bottom. No, that's not even got a hole. Okay, all the buttons are there. I saw a spot and it looks like it's missing a button, but there's no hole for that spot. So but yeah, I thought that was a kind of a fun one, so I picked it up. It was $4.80, and when I did the comps, I didn't find any of the comps with this particular appliques on it, but I did find ones that are like a similar colorway in black and white, but they have like cats on it, which I think is pretty cool too. But there's also like a cowgirl one or cowboy one. There's like all these different, I was trying to remember all the different ones that I'd seen. But yeah, there's like a bunch of different types of appliques that they did. So it's kind of like an interesting style. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But the comps are saying anywhere from like 12 to 20 range. So that's what I went with. The next item is this velour top. It's also new with tags. Look at that sleeve, you guys. Like super wide sleeve. And it is sort of one of those off the shoulder tops that you wear. It's like, you know, kind of like this. And so, yeah, I thought that was cute. It's a really pretty, like, colorway. And like I said, it's new with tags. It is by Karen Kane. And it does say Wine Country. So I'm assuming that's the color. And it says it's a velvet top. and it's a size XL and the original price of $98. I went online, looked at this exact one, and somebody sold it for $11. So I was like going, wow. We'll see. Because of the season we're in, though, I think I'm going to post it higher and just hope I can get my goal is just going to go ahead. I didn't comp like on Poshmark, I guess I should say that. But my goal is to get 20 to 30, even though that one sale came through at 11. So I'm hoping I'll get in the 20 to 30 range. And it's just a really beautiful colorway for the season. So, and velvet's super popular at this time of year. So hopefully that will pull it through at a higher sales price. The next one is a Savannah Jane. And so I like this brand, but she does sit for me a little bit. I just saw this like string hanging out. So it's like the ones that go up to the you're supposed to hook it up on the inside for when you hang it up. But it has the beautiful like embroidery on the front, different colors, which I thought was kind of a fun colorway and pattern. And then it has the kimono sleeve. So I also thought that would help it sell for this particular one. And the material is really a good material too. So here's Savannah Jane. If you haven't seen their little tag, it's like a little like sewn on the top and it just kind of like flips there so it doesn't stay down. But it's a size medium, this one. And this is 70% cotton and 30% rayon. And it does feel kind of woven, almost like a linen. So I think that might help it sell though, because it has a good fabric to it. So this item I picked up for $4.80, and I don't think it'll flip for more than 15 to 20, but we'll see. I might be able to go. I'm going to probably post it at like 25 or 6 or 7, something like that. The next item is a beautiful, sparkly, all over sequin jacket, new with tags by a brand called Just Lee. And it is a 2XL. So it's also a decent size and it is fully lined. So this is perfect for the like New Year's Eve. So I'm hoping somebody will pick this up pretty quick. It actually has shoulder pads and everything too. So now this item, I don't know if it said on the tag their pricing. I'm not really sure, but this one's called Sequin and the City Blazer. And I did see some people that had these for sale. I paid $5.60, and I do think it'll go for $30 to $50 range. Then this item is my last clothing. So this is a Cabela's, kind of like almost like a cable knit, but it's like a knit zip up sweater jacket with like a Sherpa lining. So it's nice and cozy and warm, and it's soft. It's an extra large, and it has the pockets down here, the front pockets, and then it has kind of lining on the sleeve cuffs, and it's nice colors for the fall, like fall and winter. So that item I paid $5.60, and I expect that it will sell for around 20 to 30 based on comps that I had seen. And now I'm going to go over some hard goods, and I only have a few of those, so we're almost done. So the first one is this set of ramekins, and it's by Demdaco, but it's new with tags, even though the tag's kind of messed up. Just realized I had a big bruise right here. I bruise easily though. I don't know. I have my whole life. Okay, so it's by this, I think it's like a Dean Cruiser is like for Demdaco or something. I don't know. But these are, yeah, it says Dean Cruiser for Demdaco right here. So it's like a collab. And this was his wildflower, I think is what it was called. I'm just going to fix this so it doesn't fall. So it's like a wildflower. So yeah, I thought that was really cute. If it didn't sell, I really like these, but I like a lot of things. Doesn't mean I need to keep everything. So, but this was a really pretty set. And so I went ahead and picked it up. I paid $3.20, and I do think I can get a 15 to 20 range for this based on some sales. I've seen a couple sales for $28 with free shipping. And since I don't do free shipping, I'm going to say like 15 to 20 and then with paid shipping. So that's kind of where I got that from. The next items are these. I got this bag of napkin rings. And so we have some gold ones. And then we have these white ones, which, hold on, so I can get a good angle. So there's this like white floral, if you can even see that. It's like got a floral pattern going on it. And so I have a set of 7 gold ones, although I did notice at least one of them looks like it has some scuff marks. So I'll have to pull it out and clean them and see if any, you know, if there's like if it's really bad or not. But they look pretty okay for the most part. So we have these gold ones, and I have 7 of those. I have 4 of the white ones that I just showed you, and then I only have 3 in here of like a ceramic yellow, which is really hard to get to, but it looks like a oval shape, and it's like a ceramic kind of like somebody painted it, and then it's white on the edge, on one edge, and it's yellow on the other edge. So anyways, when I did try to do comping on napkin rings, I don't have any brands, but just kind of comping and looking at them, I do think that I would get maybe estimated 15 to 20 for the golds, 15 to 20 for the whites. And the yellows, I didn't see any sold comps, but I did see a few actives. So I'm going to give them like a 10 to 20 range. Plus, I only have 3 of them. So it's kind of a little bit of a harder sell. So that was kind of the range I came up with for the napkin rings. So we'll see, because I've never sold napkin rings. So we'll find out how they do. So it's kind of like a test or a trial. I like to look in the bags when I'm at the store, if they have the bag sections, and see if there's anything interesting to sell. And I follow some YouTubers that do sell like napkin rings and stuff like that. And so that leads me to another set of stuff that came in a bag, which was a bunch of dinner knives. And I picked these up because I did look at them in the store, because I didn't want to pick up stuff. I've already picked up some like utensils and stuff that haven't sold yet, and so I was trying to be a little extra careful, but I did kind of Google it in the store. And so this pattern, I believe, is the Oneida, and it was the Arbor True Rose pattern, and it's like a hollow end, and these will sell like 2 for about $7 or $8, and then I have 7 of them, so I'm hoping that I'll get like, I saw somebody sell 6, I think, for about $18. So I'm going to go with a $15 to $20 range for the 7 of these. And then the others, I have them back. Okay. And then the other set is a similar set, but this one has this pattern. And so I looked this one up, and it was the Fenway Daydream Double Flower butter knives by Oneida. So, and I have 8 of these, so that's even better, I think. And I put a 15 to 20 range on these as well, just because I think that that would be most likely what they'll go for. But that was also based on the comps. I had paid a total of $4.80 for this bag. Okay, the next one is a Pampered Chef. I actually sold this for a while, so there's that. I need to take all this stuff off and clean it. But it is a Pampered Chef, one of their large stainless steel spatulas. These are really well made. And if it doesn't sell, of course, we will use it because we don't have this one. But I picked this up to resell, and they had it marked at $1.99, and I ended up getting it for $1.60 because I had a 20% off coupon. And that's 20% off my whole order. So all my items have been discounted. And so these will sell used for about $10 to $12 generally. So I do expect I'll be able to flip this eventually. And I think I'm on my last item. Let me just look through my list here. I did pick up one other Pampered Chef item, but I am keeping that. And it is like a microwave egg cooker, and they're like a ceramic white. So if you know Pampered Chef, it's like about yay big. It's a little taller than like a coffee cup. And it usually comes with like a little ceramic lid that has a hole in it for venting. I actually own this, and it also has this like a silicone holder that kind of you could take on and off and wash. I actually own one, and I use it occasionally. So I already have a lid. This one I found at Goodwill did not have a lid, so I already knew that. I kind of looked through all the bags too, trying to see if I could spot the lid that they had maybe shoved in a bag, but I couldn't find it. So anyways, I decided to keep it. I only paid like $1 or something, where I think I wrote it down. I paid $1.60. So I am just going to keep it because I have a lid for my other ones, so I can kind of like, if I'm going to cook eggs, you know, little, you could cook like little omelets. You can like put eggs in it and scramble it and add like toppings like cheese and tomatoes and stuff like that, and scramble it up and stick it in the microwave for like 1.5 to 2 minutes. And then you'll have like a cute little like the size of a coffee cup omelet, but it works quickly, and you don't have to get on your stove and everything. You can just do it in the microwave. So anyways, because I have one, I knew what it was. I went ahead and grabbed that. So yeah, and then we're on to the last item, you guys. And this item I spotted, and if it doesn't sell, my husband will be very happy because he loves Egyptian type stuff. And I found this Egyptian plate, and I thought it was really cool and unique and pretty. I'm not a big Egyptian fan personally. It does have a gold line along the edge, hieroglyphs. It was just really pretty. So I did look at, I tried to look it up. Anyways, I could not find a comp for this anywhere, but it does say fine porcelain, Egypt, and the word Sheeny down here at the bottom. So I did find 3 sales from this Sheeny lady or person or brand. Their plate, that they were like little decorative plates, all right around $11–12 sales price. But then I also looked up Egyptian decorative plates, and I kind of looked through that. I could not find obviously this exact one, but I did find some more comps. I would say anywhere from like the 12 to 24 range. So I paid $3.20, and I'm going to see if I can get $20 to $25 for it. And we'll go from there. But if not, and if it sits, then he can use it. Or I might like display it in his, he has a man cave. So he has some other stuff that I bought to resell, and then he's confiscated it. Like some little wooden, I think I shared it like a while back, several months back, but some like little wooden animals that are like decorative animals that sit up on a shelf or something. He just really likes like certain, but it doesn't all go in his room aesthetically because he does have a lot of like movie posters and like, it's like a man cave, and we watch movies in there and stuff. So anyways, but he does like some Egyptian stuff. So I went ahead and picked this up to see if we could resell it, but maybe I'll get like a hook that you can like hang it on the wall and display it. And then if it sells, it sells. So I was kind of thinking that like with photos and stuff, like if I pick up like big pictures and stuff to sell, I can like find places in our house to like hang it and like have it as like decor until it sells. So that would be almost like a wall of it, but there's not anywhere really yet to put a lot of stuff like that except my office here, and his man cave's the other side of this space, so he has like the same size as mine, but his room is designed decorated, obviously not pink. Anyways, so yeah, so this was a pretty cool one, you guys, and that was the last time for that. So let me go over before I let you go, let me go over my totals. So out of all those items, I paid $63.60, and I estimate a profit range of $279. Sorry, a sales range. I keep saying profit. I estimate the sales range to be $279 to $431, kind of depending on a high low, if it sells low, if it sells high, etc. And then my profit range, so how much I expect to earn, would be somewhere between $215 and $367 for this trip in particular. So I think I did pretty good overall. Like, even though some items might be low and some might be high, it should be somewhere in that range once it's all sold. So to me, that's still a win-win, which is why I look at my that's why I look at my items the way I do, and I go, oh, if it's only going to sell for 10, but then I have another item that might sell for $40 or $50, and to me it will average out, and I want to have items to put in my store. So sometimes it's just harder to find where I live, so I try to go ahead and pick up some stuff that might be not what other people in their business models would pick up, but for me it works. So anyways, that's where I'm at. And I will let y'all go, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Also, go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I will see you on my next video. Bye.